So in the last class, we just started classes and objects. Classes and objects. So here, in this session, first we are going to discuss about class level members. Discuss about class level members. See here, class level members. Class level members means defining variables and methods inside the class. Variables and methods inside the class. That is. See here it is. How to access class level members means what? Using class name. We can access class level members using class name only. Using class name. Say a basic protection. Using class name we are accessing means that we'll see. For example, suppose here first we are writing procedure oriented. As of now what we have seen, suppose a is equals to 10. It's one variable, and here it is a defined fun. This is one function. This is one function. One variable and one function. See here, how to access variable is directly print a value. A value. This is a. And next one, I want to access what? Fun method I want to access. So this is simply fun method. Whenever we are executing this, a equals to 10 and fun, everything executed. Everything executed. But see, in object orientation, how can we apply protection? Like a classes and objects. Class in the sense simply for protection. Protection means all these statements we need to place inside the class. We need to place inside the class. Class, suppose any name you can give, test. Is a test. See, now these two things, variable and function, is belongs to this class. And suppose you are outside. You are outside to that class. If you want to access a value, either you are inside or you are outside. Wherever, if you want to access a value. If you want to access a value. So just a value is a 10 and fun method is executing. But see here, now if you try to execute, error, name A is not defined. Why the reason? If you want to access class member, using class name only we will access. Test.a, and here also test.fun. Test.a and here it is a test.fun. That is, so class members, the member which we defined inside the class, we can access using that same class name only. When we run this code, it will execute. It will execute. And here, now, generally, in any other programming language, C, C++, Java, and all, in other languages, program execution starts with a main function. Program execution starts with a main function. So can we define main function inside the Python program? In Python program or in Python application, definition of main function is optional. Definition of main function is optional. That is. But see, suppose if you write, what will happen means what? Nothing will happen. So then what is the use of main, sir? Do we need to start with main only? Means simple. Using main function only a programmer recognize the starting point of application. Starting point of application means what? Suppose generally application means what? A collection of programs. Suppose you have written one program, around 500 files are there. Generally real-time projects are in the same way. Real-time projects are in the same way. Hundreds of files, thousands of files will be present. Suppose you have developed one project and you left from the company and another person recruited to maintain that project. For maintenance, another one recruited. How the another person understand that starting point of your application? You're not saying anything about that. Where is the starting point? So in which file you will place the main function? Main, that is called a starting point. So a programmer can check in which file main method is there. So their execution starts. So once the programmer starts, then they can understand the connections, where to go and where not to go and all. Okay, so a main method means what? Is just to understand what is the starting point of the application. Starting point. So here, suppose whenever we are defining along with this one, inside the class we are defining main function. Just print main and return. That is. And now, first of all, see all these things: variable, function, main function. All these three things belongs to class only. See, everything inside the class test. Everything inside the class test. And now, here first we need to send the control into main. Just test dot class name dot, what is that method name? Main. main. So first of all, only main will execute. Only main will execute. And now from the main, I want to access a value and fun method. It's the same story. If you want to access a value, if you want to access a value, and if you want to access fun method, when we run this one, directly we cannot execute same story. Only main is displaying because no problem in calling of main. But whenever we are calling that a, and whenever we are calling that fun is wrong. So how to access means what? Just a test dot a, and here also test dot a, test dot fun. So wherever you are, if you want to access the class level members, we have only one option, using class name. With the help of class name only, we should access the members. We should access the members. So when we run this one, main a value 10 and fun, main a value 10 and fun, that is okay. So this is just how to execute. This is the one. And now local variables and class level variables. First of all, see what is a class level variable means. What? Class level, defining a variable inside the class and outside to method is called, this is class level variable. This is what we call class level. And here it is a local variable means what? Inside the function. Inside the function, if you declare variable, so that is called a local variable. Local variables or class level variables can have the same name, no problem, no collisions. When collisions means, generally here it is the two variables are there, names are a and a only, a and a. So generally whenever we are trying to access, chance of getting collisions, generally while accessing, chance of getting collisions. But actually here it is how to access means, if it is a class level variable, using class name we need to access test dot a. And next one, if it is a local variable, we can access directly. So when we run this code, class level variable value is a 10 and local variable value is a 20. Actually this is how to define local, and next one is a class level. Simple. The theory, declaration of variable inside class and outside to methods is called a class level. It's called a class level variable. And next one, declaration of variable inside method is called a local variable. How to access local variable? Local variable access directly. Class variable, class level variable access using class identity only. Class identity, so no collisions. So no collisions is a class level variable. Next one, in procedure oriented, we have seen global variable. Global. Just declaration outside to all the classes. Declaration outside to all the classes is called a global variable. Is called a global variable. Next one. Sir, how to access global variable? We can access global variable directly from function, but we cannot access global variable if local variable is present with the same name. With the same name. General thinking only. Here it is above the class, nothing but outside the class. If you declare a variable with the value 30, this is called a global variable. Outside to class is nothing but global. Inside the class and outside to method is called a class level. Inside the method is called a local. Is called a local. And now, whenever we are accessing here, whenever we are accessing, first it gives the priority to local variable only. Is local is there now? So class level a value 10, local a value 20. Local a value 20 will execute. That is. But here here it is. Class level is a 10 and local is a 20. Now suppose if local variable is not there. If local variable is not there, here, then it will access global. When we run this, see class level value is a 10 and local value is 30. Here, if local is present, it will access that local 20. If local is not present, then it will access the value is a 30. It will access the value is a 30. That is. So this is just how to access local. If local is not there, by that time only we can access global variable. If local is there, you cannot use a global. That is. So class level variables and class level methods we need to access using class name. And here one more thing. Just can we define more than one class? More than one class. Answer yes, allowed. Yes, allowed. In a single Python source file, we can define multiple classes. In a single Python source file, we can define multiple classes, but program execution should starts with only one class which contains main function, because main function is starting point na. Main function is a starting point. So here it is a program execution. You should start with only one class which contains the main function, which contains main. And now here in this only we are writing two classes. We are writing, suppose class is a first, and next class is a second. In a second class, sir, what is the starting point? That you should decide. Once you decide where you want to place main function, there only you have to write it is belongs to first class, and you can define in a second class also, no restrictions. Suppose I'm defining main function in the second class. In a second class, we are writing that main, just second dot main. The control enters into this main. Here we are just writing the message, print second class main. And next, from second class main, I want to access first class fun. Method. In a first class, we are writing that fun method. Print first class fun method. So first program execution starts with a second class main. The control enters into second class main, and in a second class main, first this statement will execute, and then from here I want to access first class fun method. How to access first class fun method? Using the class name first dot fun method. This is whenever we run this, second class main is executing and first class fun is executing both. So program execution starts with a one class, and you can connect all the classes. If it is a class level member, using classes we are accessing. That is.